Okay, so I probably really missed the boat on this one, but I just finished seeing Up on DVD. You know, not really a huge Pixar fan. All I can say is this, you know, I know Pixar's great animation, and this is another one of those really beautifully animated movies. And the only weird thing was, I'm used to Pixar kind of having, stuff that's geared towards children, but also has enough to be taken at an adult level. And the opening 11 minutes and 30 seconds of this movie are by far some of the most depressing animation I've seen in a mainstream movie in a long time. I mean, in the commercial they made it seem a lot like, the little fat kid plays a really huge role. He does, but essentially this is about, the old man. And it takes him up from, the time that he's a child to the time that he's a widower in 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That you go from, like, him as a kid, with his girlfriend, marriage, everything happens with the marriage, to becoming a widower. And that's your opening 11 minutes, and it is depressing. But again, this is an absolutely beautiful movie. And, if you didn't want to see it because you're like, it's going to be kind of more geared towards kids, yeah, some scenes are geared more towards kids. This actually is a fairly adult style story. And I'll be honest, I was very pleasantly surprised by it. However, it is also very sad. And by far, some of the funniest parts came from the dogs. I could almost probably see maybe watching a half an hour, maybe an hour long, show just the dogs. Because in the trailer they showed like the one dog with a voice box. Well, this guy, every dog he has a voice box. And essentially, it's almost like if dogs could talk. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I find that to probably be some of the funniest scenes came from the dogs. So anyways, Up. If you get a chance to rent it, very good. I highly recommend it. And the weird thing is, that's like my first movie review of the new year is an animated Pixar story about an old guy who's flying his home with helium balloons. Now, we spent most of the day watching Mythbusters. So as soon as I saw like the house stakeout, my first thought was, Dear Mythbusters, could you actually fly a house with helium balloons? Anybody feel like shooting it over to Mythbusters, or if they've already done it, Anyways, Up, good movie, recommend, rent it, or Netflix it, get it on demand. Very good movie. I highly enjoyed it.